Bart, otherwise known as Bart.
Yes.
We're here to talk to you today because you've been around for a long time. From the beginning.
Just a few years.
Few years, yes. Basically, it's Bart Grey, by the way. Just get the whole name. We want to get everything straight here.
Oh, if you want to get it straight, it's Stuart.
That's your
P.
real first name.
Grey.
I know.
Yeah, I'm a junior. So if you call Stuart, that you're talking to my dad. You're not talking to me.
We'll stick with son, okay?
Yeah.
All right, so we'll go back to Bart. All right, so what we're doing is doing a thing on the history of All Gauge Toy Train Association, and obviously you were there at the beginning.
Oh, yes.
So what we want to know is how you actually got into trains and then got associated with the club.
I want to know your member number too, Bert.
What?
What's your member number?
It's 7155.
There you go, 1979.
That's my second number. My first number was reissued because I went to Vietnam in '69. I should say 70, first part of 70. And I didn't rejoin until 70.
The whole point is he was a 69er.
1969.
So anyway,
That's back when dues was 50 cents a meeting. You remember that.
I was there. So you got started when Pete and Curly Herman and Frank the Train Man, Roland, we all started getting together, and you were there at the beginning.
Yes.
We were meeting at different members' houses. I don't remember if we actually went to your house at the time, but
No, never got to there. That's when we started getting meeting halls. The first meeting I went to was in Spring Valley.
yeah, it was at the
And
rec
it
center.
was at that-
Rec center on. I forgot the name of the street. Well, anyway,
I forgot the name of the street. And I worked for the.
it was on Troy.
Oh, yeah.
It was on Troy.
Because I worked for the electrical contractor across the street from there.
That was with
In
Jim
my
Andrews.
later years.
Yeah.
So,
So
this,
anyway,
this is Spring Valley, southeast of San Diego.
Right.
Yeah.
Just for
That's
our,
where our
for our
first-
viewers that are not from Southern California.
Yeah.
That was the first meeting I actually went to. I was actually on leave from the U.S. Army. I was just coming out of boot camp. And my brother had been there since the first of the meetings.
Yeah, Bob was part of the group
Oh.
also at the time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. If you go back to the early
I remember.
directories,
Yeah.
you'll find him, and you'll find him with the same number as
Well, that's
what
how I
Roland
met,
has
that's
now.
how I met you guys. I had put an ad in the paper when I was first getting into trains, and your brother Bob called me, and he told me about what you guys were up to, you
Yeah.
and the rest of the group. So that's how I got it. But anyway, the point is, you guys started back in '69. Would have been the winter or spring of '69,
Yeah, it'd be the,
March, something like that.
not this month, it'd be October.
Okay.
Be the October meet because it was right before Thanksgiving.
And your brother was also an American Flyer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, American Flyer Marks,
I don't remember the March.
and I was American Flyer Lionel. More American Flyer than Lionel,
Mm-hmm.
but I liked Flyer because it was two rail.
More
And I
realistic.
liked Flyer because it was bigger to work on than the HO I was used to.
So that, anyway, we got formalized more or less when we got our first clubhouse, as you said, on Troy Street in Spring Valley, and then we just continued to grow. And it got to a point where you started your own business, plus at another point you worked for Frank, didn't you?
I used to do some restorations for
Ah,
Frank back when it was still Frank the Train Man.
yeah. The real
And
Frank.
Roland was still the repairman.
Right.
I did a couple of restorations, basically the big banana trains. For everybody's information, 752.
Yeah. The streamlined
stuff
passenger
like that.
trains, yeah.
Because I had the stamps to do the stamping and all that I got from,
When you were
I
doing
can't
your,
think the guy that used to make the stamps.
I've forgotten who that was too. But getting back to your business, obviously you were there for I forget how many years, but you met a few people, didn't you?
When Jim Cooley bought up Frank the Train Man, he hired, thank you very much. Can't think of his name. To do the repairs. Bruce Kripke to do the repairs. Then him and Bruce had a falling out, and I told Jim Cooley, which I grew up across the street from back in the 50s. I knew real good. In fact, he was my second dad, actually. That I'd take care of the repairs till he found a repairman, which I did for 6 months. And he tried to get me to, because I was doing it as, the money I was making was the money that I charged for the repairs. He got the parts, I got the labor. And I told him, I just can't do this anymore. You have to find a repairman. And after a little discussion, I ended up buying the repair shop off of Jim Cooley, which was Frank the Train Man Repairs.
Mm-hmm.
We worked out of the back room for 6 months, maybe 7. Then we moved over to the old candy shop.
On Park Boulevard, you mean? Across the street?
The old, whatever the one next door was.
Yeah.
I think it was, whatever. That opened up CNC train repair. CNC standing for Christine and Carolyn, which are I call them my sisters, they're my stepsisters.
Mm-hmm.
But they're just like, they're my family anyway. So we opened up the repair shop next door
You were still on Park Boulevard.
on Park Boulevard.
When did you go over to Adams?
That was after Jim had sold the building to somebody else. He bought it. 2 days later, he resold it. And then they got demolition of 6 months later. And we moved out. Basically, we did repairs out of the house for a year. Then it was 78 or 79.
So anyway, that was when you were on Adams? Or you were still in the house?
Well, I'm trying to think. 78. 78, we moved up onto Adams. My brother Bob found a place on Adams. He was going to someplace, parked in front of it.
Anyway,
And they put this for rent sign up in the window. And the next day we rented the place. Found out the for rent sign had been sitting on the floor in the building for 2 years.
how long did you have this repair shop?
We stayed there till 2000.
That's 20 years.
Yeah, about 20
Yeah.
years.
Good
So
for you.
this is in Kensington now,
Yeah.
or Kensington
Uh,
area.
East Kensington, yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's 20 years. And the only thing, we'd probably still be in business there. We had run into some financial problems with our bank, who ended up basically closing us down. We closed it down, we settled all the loans and everything. But the bank was taking $3,000 a month out of our savings, out of our
Checking accounts.
savings account, which eventually affected our checking account on a fraudulent loan. And basically, I bounced checks to Lionel, which is a no-no, checks to my parts suppliers, to my landlord, which was the one that really worked with me, because I actually, when we finally got everything settled, I owed them 6 months' rent. But I showed them the paperwork and they believed me, and no problems. It wasn't for the work of Jim, lawyer used to work for
Oh, Hutchins.
Hutchins, talking to the bank. We'd probably still be in the den.
Yeah. So anyway, you had
Because Hutchins, the bank wanted me to bring everything up to date with the bank before they let me see the paperwork, which is horrible.
well, the upshot, of course, is that you had a 20-year run, and you're still repairing trains and still involved
Oh, yeah.
in collecting.
Yeah, theoretically, okay? Theoretically, the girls and I, because I ended up selling all the AF parts to you.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. He did. He sold me the flyer parts. Yeah.
Sold you the flyer part.
Yeah.
And all the paperwork that I had on flyer. And I sold, guy up north, all the Lionel parts,
Oh, Mike Marple.
Mike Marble,
Yeah.
plus all the paperwork. And I still had 1,800 square foot buildings in the back, jam full of trains.
Yeah.
You remember Frank Cox's garages?
Sure. He had a bunch of them there
Yeah.
in the back.
Oh, that's my back,
Yeah.
my storage
Uh-huh.
that I had back in the back.
Yeah.
Plus the house, you had a aisle from the front door that went out to the back with a little break off. This was the bathroom, this was the bedroom, there was the bed. Everything else is piled to the ceiling,
Yeah.
full of trains.
We know how that is, yeah.
Yeah. And so we decided, since I couldn't talk anybody into buying it all, talk to you into buying the flyer parts. Mark Marvel for the Lionel parts, but nobody wanted all those junk trains.
Yeah.
So we decided, we'll put this stuff together. The club had the place in Claremont. So we get all these trains running, working, and take them down and put them on the track. Oh, they run great. So we take, well, this we'll take to the meet and sell, which we did. Oh, this is too good. We'll take this home. That's what got us back into trains.
So anyway, to this very date, they're still working on and repairing trains for the club, for
Oh.
all members, right? So you're
Well.
still busy.
Oh, I'm busy.
Yeah.
Busier than I want to be, because I still have, all my storage isn't all full anymore. It's almost empty. But I still got stuff in there. I probably got,
You still have your flyer collection?
no, I've sold most of my flyer collection off.
Okay.
It's better to have somebody running the stuff and enjoying it than me having it stored in boxes.
Yeah.
Amen.
I hate to say it that way.
It's
Oh,
true.
you're right. Of course you're
Absolutely true.
I mean, I had at least one of everything.
Mm-hmm.
And when they, up till 4 years ago, I bought everything Lionel made that was American Flyer, which I've been selling off. But the only thing I still collect is Flyer Christmas stuff. I got everything Flyer made in Christmas, and I still buy that.
So it's been since 1969 to 2023. That's 54 years, and you're still going strong as far as
Oh,
taking care of business, fixing trains for
Oh.
people.
that's just like I got a Jeep, GP7, sitting on my repair bench. It's all apart. And the reason it hasn't been put back together is I haven't got calm enough to drill out the power truck
Oh,
and rebush it,
yeah,
which I'll do this next week. Then the guy will get it all back, nice and new,
It'll
just
be
like
better than new if you rebush it.
just like it was
Yeah.
back in 1950 when it came out.
So all these years now, fussing with trains, collecting trains, dealing with people, buying, selling, blah blah blah. Are you a happy train guy?
Oh yes, oh yes. I go to as many meets as I can.
That's every time I go to a meet, there's part of the
And
girls.
the main meet is our local meet.
Mhm.
That's like when our open house comes up. They got a meet up in Tulare that actually brought, it's a toy and train,
Mhm.
which is actually could be, if you're a seller, would probably be a better meet to go to. Not me, I'll be here at our local meet. And I made arrangements with Tony to put, we're back in the back room. And I wanted my 4 tables back here, and I want one of them so I could repair
Repairs.
trains
Mhm.
for the club.
Once a repairman, always a repairman.
Always a repairman. Well, it's just like you and I talked back when you were in business.
Mhm.
I mean, I was working for Cooley at the time because we were hunting for transformers.
Oh yeah. Mhm.
I remember that same year. I borrowed my brother's big old Mercury station wagon with high lift springs in the back to tow his trailer. We went over to Cooley and I went to Fresno to meet a guy right after Cal Stewart, because he said he had some transformers.
Oh boy.
And we ended up loading the back of that wagon up to the ass was dragging over the grapevine. And we came back with 82 CWs and 91 KWs.
That's significant.
And we paid, a whopping $5 each.
Wow.
Well, you did well. So you've got a lot of, I would say it's pretty much an all positive experience with being in the train world, so to speak.
Oh, yeah.
Especially with the club. You like the club, obviously. The club likes you.
Oh, that's
Bart?
back when we were even in business. Even when I had the business going and the club decided to move our open house instead of being on Father's Day, which was Sunday, we were always on Saturday.
Mhm. No,
So
one
we were on
Sunday,
Sunday.
we traded back to Saturday.
We went back to Saturday.
Yeah.
And I was on the board of directors when that happened. And Saturday's a bad day when I'm in business to have a club meet, because that's pulling the
Yeah.
business away from me. And I was wanted to second the motion to move it to Saturday. Because I thought it'd be beneficial for the club. And what's beneficial for the club is beneficial to the hobby. And when the hobby flourishes, your businesses flourish.
Well, I think that,
True.
we've made a lot, of course, over the years, we've made a lot of good decisions because we're still around. We're still healthy. We've got a lot of members.
The best thing I thought this club ever did, back when we were TTOS, that'd be 72,
Oh, not joining them?
when they tried to annex
Yeah.
the All Gauge Association into,
Right, they wanted us to join them. They
join-
wanted to absorb our club is what they
as a
wanted to do.
TTO, which has been beneficial in some respects for the club, but not really,
No, overall it was a loser.
not overall.
Yeah.
And they took a vote, and it was voted down, I think it was 90 some odd to 2.
Yeah, it wasn't, no contest.
And the problem was that people didn't realize, if you went back and checked the membership of TTOS and the All Gauge at the time, All Gauge was 90% TTOS already.
Already, yeah.
But we voted down being affiliated because we didn't see it being beneficial with their rules and regulations, which to me has shown, because TTUS International is about ready to close.
Yeah, we're gonna outlast them.
And we're gonna outlast them. In
Any-
fact, they've had a lot of times they've tried to mimic.
We've
What
done a
we've
lot of
done.
stuff and we're still going strong. All right. Any more questions or comments?
No, I thought that was great. Thank you.
Bart, it's been wonderful.
It's
Without
always
you-
wonderful to talk. But just so you know, my first trade set was a Mark's Weidman.
All right, well, that goes in the book. All right, Bart, thank you.
Thank you.